And we're live. Welcome to this week's edition of Deals Revealed, the top restaurant sales, listings, and franchise opportunities at We Sell Restaurants, the nation's largest restaurant brokerage company. I'm Robin Gagnon.
Yes, indeed. I'm Rob Morrison. We're excited to bring you the biggest restaurant deals of the week. Whether you're looking to buy or sell or even join our brand as a franchisee, this is the place to be.
We are going to take you through the most recent restaurant sales, new listings hitting the market, share tips for those interested in knowing what's going on in the entire world of the restaurant industry. Plus, we'll be answering your questions live, so drop them in the comments. You can also post any questions to our social media channels for follow-up.
Absolutely. And if you're watching live right now, please say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're catching a replay, please type replay so we know that you stopped by.
Hey, I saw a bunch of those last week. That's exciting. Okay, so let's get started. What's happening in the restaurant news marketplace? Here's the top insights of the week. Big news from Chipotle. They just acquired a startup called Meet Me. Okay, I don't know so much about this one, Rob. It's a plant-based protein bowl concept out of Austin. It's part of their Cultivate Next fund to scale early-stage brands. First test stores are launching on college campuses. Feels like that's the right demographic later this year.
Yeah, it does seem smart. I don't know a lot about it either, but you want to get out in front of Gen Z early, something sustainable and customizable. So Chipotle, not just expanding, they seem to be evolving.
Okay, so shifting gears entirely because we're going to fat brands, right? So there's a shift happening. They are going to actually sell off their older chains like Ponderosa and Bonanza and put more energy into faster growing concepts like Twin Peaks and Fatburger.
And it's a reminder for everyone, even the big players, tightening up their portfolios, focusing on what's profitable, simply no room anymore for dead weight.
Absolutely. And here's some more news, Rob. QSR Magazine just went to press with my latest article titled, Has California Created Its Own Doom Loop for Restaurants? And let's just say, the response has been explosive.
We were just looking. It keeps growing and growing. The LinkedIn post has been on fire. Dozens of comments, tons of engagement, industry voices chiming in from all corners.
So this piece really explores what happens when a policy like California's $20 minimum wage sets off a chain reaction of these unintended consequences. It's not one law, it's about a pattern that we're seeing play out.
A pattern, closures, layoffs, rising prices, shrinking opportunities, and when you string those together, you're in what some are calling, what you called a doom loop.
And that term comes from Jim Collins, who wrote Good to Great, a book I'm a huge fan of. He describes it as a cycle where one negative condition leads to another and the spiral just keeps going.
Sure. Listen to these numbers. Since the wage hike, 22,000 restaurant jobs have already been lost in California. That includes big hits like Pizza Hut's 1,200 driver jobs, Rubio's closing 48 locations overnight.
And operators are shifting fast. One kiosk company said they are in active conversations with every major brand in California. Automation is becoming the go-to solution, not people.
Right. And that's what makes it so important. The law was supposed to help those workers, but in practice it seems to be replacing them.
Yes. And then growth becomes stalled because legacy restaurants, like there is a McDonald's that's been around for 3 decades, shutting their doors. And franchisors notice this. They could pull back, sign fewer deals, expand into fewer locations. They overall have less confidence in the market. They're thinking twice before expanding in a state where those margins are already razor thin.
Yeah, it means fewer openings, less investment, even fewer choices for consumers. It's not just a wage story. It's also about what's happening in California's downtowns, the cities like San Francisco, Sacramento. These places still haven't recovered from the pandemic.
Exactly. Less foot traffic, empty office buildings, and it's hitting restaurants hard. Now, we've talked about this before. In-N-Out Burger closed their first location ever based on something else that's happening in California, crime in the state. And that's not the only brand. Denny's left San Francisco. Another location in Oakland closed because the staff and the customers felt unsafe.
And then you bring real estate into the conversation. Commercial foreclosures in California jumping to over 400% year over year in early 2024. It's alarming. Developers are cautious. Banks are tightening up lending. New spaces are costing you even more to rent. That adds yet another burden for restaurant operators trying to stay open.
And it's not over. The California Fast Food Council is already proposing another 3.5% wage increase later this year. Wow. It's that loop repeating itself. Higher costs, fewer jobs, lower traffic, more closures, back again.
That's the loop. So what do you think? Is this a temporary adjustment, or is California actually in this doom loop?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below or join that conversation on LinkedIn. It is going strong. And by the way, don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn.
Yeah. If you're a restaurant owner trying to navigate this new landscape or thinking of selling before conditions shift further, you know where to find us.
And with that conversation sure to continue, let's talk about restaurants in winning locations that are not facing the challenges of California. Rob, walk us through some of this week's top restaurant listings.
All right, let's get started. This listing by restaurant broker Robert Klaus, it's listing 25028 in Lula, Georgia. A turnkey diner priced at an affordable $140,000. Fully equipped 1,800 square foot space is ideal for a hands-on owner ready to take over with no franchise fees or restrictions. Located in a rapidly growing area with a 500 home development nearby and city investment underway, this spot is set for success. The lease is only $1,500 a month through 2029, and there are options extending beyond that. Financing is available for qualified buyers, so you can step in and start serving day one. Don't miss out. You can contact our broker, Robert Klaus, today.
That rent is pretty amazing.
$1,500, yeah. And then there's Ernie and Lori Kurtok. They have brought us listing 25096. It's a classic 2,300 square foot neighborhood sports bar and grill for sale in Randolph County, Indiana. It's priced at $350,000 with real estate included. Operating since 2005, it's a beloved local hangout, has a loyal customer base, full kitchen and bar setup, and a fun, welcoming atmosphere packed with TVs and games, all the essentials. No lease, no landlord, just full ownership and control of the property, fully turnkey, and it qualifies for SBA lending, which is important. The owner is stepping away for health reasons, making this your rare chance to own a profitable community favorite. You can contact Ernie and Lori Kurtok today. Grab this opportunity.
Okay, and up next, if you're looking for a rock-solid restaurant investment with real estate included, again, 2 listings with real estate. Yeah. Jay Chandler with We Sell Restaurants brings you listing 25216 in Spanish Fort, Alabama. It's a long-standing, high-performing pizza restaurant priced just under $900,000, located on a high-traffic road with over 19,000 vehicles passing daily. Turnkey business, full commercial kitchen, bar, indoor dining, large outdoor patio with a stage. You're in the South. Good stuff. Real estate ownership means no rent, no landlord, and long-term stability. With a loyal customer base, strong delivery partnership, and SBA lending. Remember, 20-year term on those listings with real estate. It's a rare chance to own both the business and the building. Contact restaurant broker Jay Chandler today.
Sounds great. If you missed any of those listing numbers, no need to worry. You can search by city, by state, by county, more geography right on our website. So I know you're always, Robin, keeping your finger on the pulse of the industry. So let's talk about some insights for sellers specifically.
So one brand sellers should be watching closely is Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. They just crossed, again, there's that number, $1 billion in sales, growing nearly 7% last year, triple the rate of the burger category, and they're still expanding.
Wow, it's major. And they're not doing it, Robin, by discounting. They're actually doubling down on premium. Better burgers, better service, and now these better systems.
That's right. They launched a new innovation center that's fast-tracking automation, robotic fryers, drink dispensers, all aimed at making employees faster, less stressed, right? So that they can be in a great guest-facing position. If
Yeah.
you're a seller, that's a reminder. Buyers value unit economics, the guest experience, and operational efficiency. So if you've made smart investments in systems, those details can boost your business at the closing line. Bottom line, Freddy's is providing that when you focus on consistency and guest experience, you grow. And when you grow, that valuation ultimately follows.
Perfect. So let's go to the other side of the coin here. Shift gears to buyers. What are some takeaways this week for buyers specifically?
Well, if you're in acquisition mode, here are 4 trends that buyers should be paying close attention to. First, independent restaurants. They're showing real strength. The National Restaurant Association is forecasting 1.5 trillion in industry sales this year, and a lot of that is being driven by creative, locally owned concepts.
Wow, big opportunities. Independents with loyal followings, often undervalued. That's where savvy buyers can find that upside.
And the 2 of those listings we just chatted about with the real estate are independent opportunities like that. Second idea, tech forward operations are pulling ahead. So think about AI powered scheduling, self order kiosk, visual kitchen displays. All that reduces training time.
Sure, so it's not just about efficiency anymore. Buyers should see tech as a signal that a restaurant is built to scale and not just survive.
Absolutely. And here's another idea. Loyalty programs are paying off. Operators with digital reward systems are seeing larger check systems and stronger repeat traffic.
And predictable revenue.
Right.
If the business already has a following that keeps coming back, it's worth more on day one.
Absolutely. And lastly, fourth, we've given you 4 tips there. Diversified revenue streams are on the rise. So it's not just third party. We're talking about merchandise, catering, subscriptions, all kinds of things outside of the traditional dine-in experience.
Makes sense. So buyers should be looking for that. Multiple income channels make a business more resilient and more valuable long term.
Absolutely. So if you're in the market to buy, these are key markers: strong brand loyalty, efficient systems, diverse revenue, and community support. Those are also things you can layer in to improve an operation if you buy an underperforming restaurant.
That's a wonderful point. So when you see one that has all 4 wrapped up in one listing, don't wait. It is an opportunity worth chasing.
That's right, Rob. So speaking of buyers who've been chasing great opportunities, let's take a moment to highlight some recent success stories from the We Sell Restaurants teams. Transactions where we delivered real results for the sellers and a strong result for buyers.
Yeah, let's congratulate Justin Scotto and his incredible team for successfully selling listing 14784 in the booming Charlotte, North Carolina suburb, a highly desirable restaurant known for its outstanding Italian menu, loyal customer base, and prime location in a high traffic area, generating over $1 million in sales and $230,000 in earnings for an owner-operator, making it a standout opportunity in the local market. Fully equipped kitchen, inviting dining space, and a reputation for excellence. No surprise, this listing was quickly claimed by a new owner eager to carry on its legacy. Justin's expertise and dedication were key in guiding both the buyer and the seller through a smooth and successful transaction. So if you're considering buying or selling a restaurant in Charlotte or the area, now's the time. Reach out to Justin to discuss your goals and take the next step towards your own success story.
Perfect. And congratulations to Ken Eisenband for the successful sale of listing 13189 in Boca Raton, Florida. It's a standout restaurant that's been a pillar of the Palm Beach County dining scene for over 12 years. Look at this. 2 million in annual sales.
Wow.
And more than 320,000 in owner earnings last year alone. It's an authentic Brazilian buffet that offered not only exceptional profitability, but the opportunity for SBA lending with as little as $120,000 down. Located in a high-traffic, grocery-anchored shopping center with over 60,000 vehicles passing daily, 4,000 square feet, 167 seats. This restaurant was a turnkey dream with a fully equipped kitchen, buffet-style concept, and private event space. Thanks to Ken's expert guidance, the right buyer was connected with the right opportunity, continuing the legacy, right? 12 years of this beloved business. So thinking of making your next move in the Broward County, Florida market rather, reach out to Ken Eisenband today to explore available opportunities, get expert help every step of the way.
Way to go, Ken. And kudos to the exceptional We Sell Restaurants home office team of restaurant sales professionals for closing the deal on listing 20074, a successful Marco's Pizza franchise in the bustling Dallas, Texas market. This standout location offered a winning combination of strong projected earnings, $94,000, over $500,000 in annual sales, and SBA lending availability, making it a prime opportunity for the right buyer. No need for build-outs or delays. It was a fully equipped 1,200 square foot turnkey operation, came ready for immediate ownership, backed by the strength of a nationally recognized and growing brand, a loyal customer base, perfect fit for an entrepreneur looking to hit the ground running. The expertise and dedication of our home office team ensured a seamless transition and a great match between buyer and business. Ready to take your next step in restaurant ownership? Reach out to our certified restaurant brokers and let's make your goals a reality.
And these are just a few of the success stories happening all across the country thanks to our team of certified restaurant brokers.
Yeah, so let's give them a round of applause and put a thumbs up in the comments if you love seeing and hearing about these success stories.
Okay, so now let's talk about 3 hot new listings that just hit the market. They won't last long, so if you're looking for a great restaurant opportunity, pay attention. How about starting here? Booming Colorado market. Jeff Marcus has just the listing for you. Number 25289 in Fort Collins. Price, get this, just $110,000. This established Chinese restaurant has been a community favorite for nearly 30 years, bringing in $800,000 in annual sales from a high-traffic plaza anchored by a national grocery chain. The 1,500 square foot space comes fully equipped with a 20-foot hood, walk-in, fryers, and more, making it a turnkey opportunity with rent at just $5,600 a month, including CAM, that's common area maintenance charges. Whether you stick with your current concept or bring your own vision to life, this is a rare chance to take over a thriving business with strong local roots. Training is included to ensure smooth handoff, always important. So reach out to Jeff Marcus today to learn more about this opportunity.
All right, here's another great opportunity. It's a chance to own not just the business, but a neighborhood institution. Damian Santoro with We Sell Restaurants presents listing 25324 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. A bar business with real estate included for just $400,000.
Wow.
I know.
That's a great price.
Decades of community presence there. This beloved bar sits on a 7,000 square foot lot with a 1,400 square foot building and bonus 780 square foot detached garage. You could use that for storage, expansion, or any other creative use, maybe a stage.
Yeah, there you go.
It generates over $250,000 in annual sales with limited hours, so there's a major potential to grow by extending that service, hosting events, or adding delivery. Fully equipped with a kitchen, a bar setup, a liquor license, ready to operate on day one. Even better, owner financing is available with just 35% down, making this a smart move for both buyers and experienced operators. If you're ready to plant roots and grow in a supportive, tight-knit community, reach out to Damian Santoro today and explore what's possible with this unique opportunity.
Oh, so rare to find owner financing. That's going to be a great deal for someone.
Yeah.
All right, ready to own a thriving food service business, again, with real estate.
A lot of real estate today.
A lot. Listing 25877 in New Smyrna Beach, Florida is presented by Brittany Gates. This is perfect. It's a successful takeout and delivery restaurant priced at $850,000. Sales and owner earnings over $100,000. Comes with 2 real estate spaces, doubling your investment and offering low overhead with a healthy, fast casual menu. An experienced team, loyal customers since 2016, and SBA financing is available with a small down payment. This turnkey business is perfectly positioned in a high traffic area serving locals and travelers alike, because this is a tourist destination. Reach out to Brittany Gates today to make this exceptional opportunity yours.
Brittany is great. And at We Sell Restaurants, we understand these moments are and the meaning behind them. Whether you're buying, whether you're selling, your story absolutely matters. Share it in the comments. We're here to help you move forward with clarity and with confidence.
You know, Rob, we talk a lot about listings, market trends, sold restaurants, but today I want to pull the curtain back a little and talk about something that drives all of that really behind the scenes.
That's right. Exactly. At We Sell Restaurants, we're not just in the business of closing deals, but we do that. We're in the business of trust, and that starts with how we operate as a company day in and day out.
One of our core values, we only make agreements we are willing and able to keep. It sounds simple, but it's everything in our world.
Because let's face it, in an industry filled with fine print, hidden fees, vague promises, being upfront and following through builds credibility. That's how long-term relationships are built.
Absolutely. And speaking of relationships, there's another core value we live by. We create a customer service experience worth sharing.
Yep. Buyers, sellers, franchisors, they don't just get the deal done. They walk away confident enough to tell others, you need to talk to We Sell Restaurants.
Absolutely. That's the bar we set, not just for ourselves, but for every certified restaurant broker in our system.
So when you see that red sold sign going up, know this, behind every deal is a broker who's leading with integrity and delivering an experience that stands out in a crowded industry. So here's some of the feedback we received on our brokers in the last week. Here's what Josh Taylor had to say about Doreen in our Arizona office. Working with Doreen on buying a restaurant couldn't have been a smoother experience. She went above and beyond, assisting and communicating between us and the seller, as well as walking us through the process. If you're in the market to buy or sell a restaurant, you definitely want to have Doreen on your team.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Just reading this gives me chills. Great feedback. Here's another one from Jason, who said this about Sally, a certified restaurant broker in the Carolinas. Sally was attentive, understanding, and handled all my many questions throughout selling my business.
Great job, Sally. Here's another one from Ryan Coomer about franchise partner Taylor Clemmer in our Nashville, Tennessee office. Had a great experience with Taylor. He's very knowledgeable and stayed in constant communication with me. Taylor did a great job finding me a suitable buyer in my first business sale. Good at answering questions and informative throughout the entire process. Glad we found him when we did.
Wow. So when we speak about creating a customer service experience we're sharing, these are the actual Google reviews for these franchise partners, and they're all available in their online market. Plus, you can find them on our website, WeSellRestaurants.com. So, Rob, for those listening or watching the show later that would like to know more about the We Sell Restaurants franchise, what can you tell them?
All right. Well, the first thing I would tell them is we've got a new group of trainees enrolled in our program right now, and they'll be joining us here in the office next week. They've already completed the first week in the field, working with their local markets, with our training guide, Appetite for Acquisition, bestseller that she wrote. And they spent the second week learning our BOSS system, our broker's operation and sales system online.
You're right. It's part of one of the most comprehensive training programs in the industry, and it leads to that certified restaurant broker designation. Once that initial groundwork is done, they head to our state-of-the-art training facility right here for in-person instruction with you, me, and Eric Gagnon. It is a week filled with learning, role-playing, real-world tools they'll take back to their markets.
Yep, and that's just the beginning. After in-person training, they head into another field week focused on marketing, operations, and refining their client approach. So when they return home, they're fully equipped to launch and grow their practice.
And what's powerful about this model is what comes next. Our franchisees get to manage their own schedule, work in a professional setting, build real equity. And they get all that plus national marketing, a trusted brand, and a proven system behind them. They're not starting from scratch.
No.
They're beginning from strength.
That's right.
So if you're looking for a franchise that combines smart systems, real support, and a lifestyle that fits, take a closer look at our brand. Visit WeSellRestaurants.com/franchise to learn more about becoming a certified restaurant broker and franchise partner.
Whew. So we've covered a lot of ground today. And speaking of covering a lot of ground, you've been traveling this week, Robin, and just returned very late last night, just in time to make this show. Tell us where you were and what you were doing.
Oh, my plan landed around 2 a.m. and I just returned from the International Franchise Association summer board meeting in Vail, Colorado.
Awesome.
I serve on the board of directors for the International Franchise Association and chair the Franchisor Forum in that role. So I'm working with leaders across the franchise world aligned to protect, promote, and enhance franchising. And that work matters so much, not just for our industry, but for our brand.
And that kind of leadership puts We Sell Restaurants in the room with decision makers from the top franchise systems in the country, especially the big restaurant brands.
Absolutely. And those relationships create real opportunity for our company and our franchisees because we understand that franchise model inside and out. We've been able to build a specialized infrastructure around resales. We partner with brands and formalize memorandums of understanding. As franchisors learn from that exactly who to trust when their operators are ready to exit. So this 4-day board meeting was packed with collaboration, networking, a lot of fun, lots of cocktails, and strategy. But that shared commitment leads to real trust and positions We Sell Restaurants as the go-to partner for national resale support.
And it's pretty there this time of year, too.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I bet. It's no surprise that so many franchisors choose We Sell Restaurants to manage this critical part of their systems. So if you're a brand leader ready to put a strong resale strategy into place, head to WeSellRestaurants.com and click on For Franchisors to learn more.
Absolutely. And our VP of Franchise Relationships, Dave McDougall, will reach out and put you in touch with all the different programs that We Sell Restaurants have to support other franchise brands. And look at that. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Busy week.
Yep.
And that's a wrap for this week's top sales, listings, and franchise opportunities. So remember, if you're looking to buy, sell, or start a new career in restaurant brokerage, we're here to help.
And remember, great restaurant deals move quickly. So if something caught your eye, don't wait. Click the link in the comments or visit WeSellRestaurants.com to learn more.
If you enjoyed this live, hit that thumbs up button. Please share it. Tell others about who are interested, anyone in the market to buy or sell a restaurant.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow our page so you never miss a new listing. We'll be back next Friday with more updates. Until then, remember, our name says it all.
We Sell Restaurants.